Better Ministries is a school, and we finally gonna be able to get a look at the lawsuit that Reverend Eagle condemns. Man may have causation or a legal cause of action against the humans who built the Rock County Jail with no public input, and the end result was a raise in property taxes, a higher property tax on all Rock County citizens who rent properties, who own properties, and all other conduits that's used by these humans who created the contract in violation of First Amendment audit, open public investigations according to the situation that Reverend Eagle condemns. Man has researched this far, and he's putting all legal protection on any miscommunication that could be considered education through his school. But we want to take a gander, if you will, at democracy now. And Reverend Eagle been trying to focus on social and economical growth for a long time through his school, but he keep getting sidetracked, or he was getting sidetracked by the demons who just couldn't understand how smart he was in the land. We're going to get a glimpse of what he put together tonight. We don't have that much audio, and maybe tomorrow I can wrap you in, go to the library, let the neighbors get their rest and things like that. Just continue to do what I need to do to change my life, to transition from a drug dealer to a journalist, to a pastor, to a gangster, to a whatever I need to be now, a musician, a stage guy, but we also want to encourage any human that lost anybody, and shout out to Amanda Forrester one more time, and shout out to Tony, and shout out to so many other beautiful and delicate angels that Reverend Eagle condemns, man. Had got the luxury to meet. Shout out to Jasmine Crawford and her family. Shout out to so many women that's giving in to the molestation of these demons that's got them strung out of the drugs. And we know fentanyl is killing a lot of humans, but people just want to stay high because they can't deal with reality. And Reverend Eagle condemns, man.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Well, as 2022 comes to a close, we look now at one of the most alarming developments this year. How more jails in the United States are becoming death traps, where people face inhumane conditions in overcrowded facilities. New data show New York City jails are the deadliest in more than a quarter of a century. In city custody or shortly after being released, and severe understaffing at the notorious Rikers Island jails has been linked to several suicides, as officials are now predicting the population to balloon in coming years, even as the city faces a mandate to shut Rikers down by 2027. Meanwhile, in DeKalb, Georgia, officials report 2 people died from hanging this week in less than 24 hours, making this the deadliest year in the jail's history. In Houston, Texas, the Harris County Jail has seen a record 27 deaths this year. It's been under a non-compliance status since September. That's where we begin now to look at this. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Well, as 2022 comes to a close, we look now at one of the most alarming developments this year. How more jails in the United States are becoming death traps, where people face inhumane conditions in overcrowded facilities. New data show New York City jails are the deadliest in more than a quarter of a century. 19 people died. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report.